Hey everyone, today we're getting right down to the basics, the absolute bedrock of all artificial intelligence, and that is, of course, data. We're going to break down the different types, the real building blocks that make every single AI model tick.
So let me kick things off with a question for you. Think about it. Before you write even one line of code, before you start dreaming up some super complex algorithm, what's the very first thing you need? The one ingredient you just can't do without.
If you're thinking data, you're absolutely right. But, and this is the important part, it's not just about having data. What really, truly matters is the kind of data you've got. The performance, the accuracy, heck, the entire intelligence of an AI model, it's all shaped by the type and the structure of the data it learns from.
Which brings us perfectly to our first section. You can think of these data types as the fundamental language of AI. And if we want to get fluent, well, we've got to learn the grammar first, right?
Okay, so at the very top level, AI data is basically split into two big buckets. On one side, you've got structured data. This is the neat freak of the data world. Everything's organized, labeled, and easy to find. And on the other side, you've got unstructured data. This is the messy, chaotic, creative one that doesn't play by the rules. We're going to dive deep into both. All right, let's start with the tidy one, structured data. This is the world of perfect order. Everything has its own little box, its own label, which, as you can imagine, makes it way easier for a machine to understand and analyze. So what's the most common type you'll see? It's called tabular data. And honestly, if you've ever looked at a spreadsheet, you already know what this is. It's just a fancy name for data organized in nice, clean rows and columns. Think of it this way. Each row is one thing, like a person or a house, and the columns are all the details about that thing.
Here's a perfect example. Say we're building a model to predict house prices. See how each row is a different house? And in the columns, you've got bedrooms, size, location, when it was built. Those are the features the AI is going to use to learn. It's so clean, so simple, and incredibly powerful for organizing info. Okay, next up for structured data, we're adding a really crucial ingredient, time. This is called time series data. All it is a sequence of data points that are ordered by when they happened. And that is the absolute key to spotting trends and trying to predict what's going to happen next. Think about company sales, for instance. If you track them year after year, an AI can start to see patterns. Are sales always higher in the summer? Did that big marketing campaign we ran actually do anything? It's this ordered by time sequence that lets us ask those questions and, actually get answers.
Okay, so we've seen the nice, neat, orderly world. Now let's completely flip the script and dive into the other side. This is the world of rich, beautiful chaos. And believe it or not, this is where most of the data in the world actually lives. And yeah, it's a much bigger challenge for AI.
Unstructured data is, well, it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's information that doesn't fit into a neat box. There's no predefined format, no organization. Imagine just a giant, messy pile of stuff. No rows, no columns. That makes it so much harder to analyze with the old school methods.
I mean, just look at these examples. We're talking about the words in your emails, all those social media posts you scroll through, the pictures and videos on your phone, even voice memos. None of this stuff comes in a neat package with labels, right? But it is absolutely packed with useful information. And this is the kind of stuff that modern AI is getting really good at understanding. All right, we have covered a lot of ground here, right? We've gone from the world of perfect order all the way to rich chaos. So let's pull it all back together. I've got a final cheat sheet for you that's going to summarize everything we just talked about. So let's lock this in. Tabular data, superstructured, rows and columns. Think house prices. Time series data, still structured but ordered by time, perfect for something like sales trends. And then you have unstructured data, zero built-in format, totally chaotic. Think emails and images. That's the core difference right there. Okay, so right about now, you're probably thinking, great, I get the data types, but what do I do with them? What model do I use? And the source material actually has a great take on this. It basically says, hold on. For now, just mastering these fundamentals, that's the main goal. Getting this foundation right is what truly matters. And that really leads to the perfect final thought. You now get the language of AI data. So, the next big step, the next adventure, is figuring out how to be a matchmaker, how to pair the right AI model with the right kind of data. So the question is, are you ready for that challenge?